What's going on, everybody? It's another beautiful day in Florida. It's another beautiful day. But before I start getting into these questions, I want to show you guys something more beautiful. You guys see them? The turtles? That's beautiful. Live over 100 years old. That's awesome. But a lot of people ask me, who is Andrew Rivera? And that's different, right? Because it's like, man, who am I? And I know who I am. I'm a fucking badass that was told my whole entire life that you can't go somewhere in life because of the zip code you live in. You'll stay at a certain stigma, stay at a certain poverty level because of the zip code. Like, there's statistics behind that. Depending on where you grew up, that is the same lifestyle that you will live, and your children will live, and the children will live. You know what? And when I realized that I just gotta be a badass motherfucker and just get over that and tell everybody that you ain't gonna tell me what I can do. You're not gonna tell me what I can't do. So who is Andrew Rivera? Andrew Rivera is a hard-working, motivated, determined, disciplined, an effective time management person who works hard at everything he does. What I practice in these videos is what I preach on a daily. This isn't for YouTube likes. This isn't for anybody else. This is literally so I want people to see that, a regular, typical person in your community can go out and aspire and give motivation to everybody, because I understood where I came from. I understood the hardships. I understood the difficulties. I've been through so much in my life that where I'm at now helped me get there because of those difficulties that I had as a kid. As a teenager, as a young adult, is where I'm at now in my at age 29. And then another question came in: what do you want to be known for? I kind of just hit on that. I just want to be known as a person that went after everything that he did. It didn't matter, what it was. I went after it. I went after it because I just never thought I could do it. For a long time, I didn't post videos because I love talking to people and I love getting out here and inspiring people and pushing them to go past their difficulties. But yet I didn't even go past my own difficulty of inspiring everybody who deserves to hear that when you actually work hard, you can get to where you got to get to. When I was growing up and I was living in poverty and I had a young mother and my biological father wasn't in my life, and I thought maybe it was my fault, that my biological father wasn't there. I thought maybe I ruined my mom's life because she was only 15 years old when she had me. I'm grateful that she took that chance and she had me, because now that's why I'm here. Like, that's why I'm able to motivate you guys. And understanding that going from bus to bus, not having the nice clothes, being overweight, trying to fit in, being around drugs and gangs, and having friends that were getting in a lot of trouble and being involved in that environment, and then having one of my really close friends pass away to some gang violence, made me want to go into the military. That pushed me even harder. And the thing that happened is I realized that I just had to be a fucking badass. So when you realize that what you want to be known for is to be a badass at everything that you do, because you don't take those difficulties, those barriers that you have in your life, you don't mope and cry about them. You use that as a reason to say, I'm gonna fucking get there. I'm gonna push past everything that everyone says I can't do. I'm gonna be that inspiration. I'm gonna show the young youth that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You could be wealthy and still be sad. I have plenty of wealthy friends that are millionaires, but yet they're always sad. They're always moping. I have poor friends that are always happy, going to church, finding God. If that's what makes you happy, that's what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, if you aren't happy, you're never truly going to be at the level that you need to get to. Because happiness is key in everything that you do. It doesn't matter if you're wealthy, it doesn't matter if you're poor. The inspiration comes from going after everything that you want. If you're happy where your life is and you're content, then you can say, okay, I'm good. But you're not as good as you can be. You'll start to develop that loser mentality where you think that you're good, but you can always be better. Another question that came in is, how do I stay motivated even when I'm tired? So I get up every day at 4 a.m. Today, I was so close to saying, let's go back to sleep today. Like, let's take a break. Like, we'll do this tomorrow. And right now, I almost convinced myself. But then I remembered being overweight. Then I remembered not having anything. giving people the satisfaction to see me fail. And I was like, nah, we're gonna get your ass up and we're gonna go to this gym, and actually we're gonna hit it for an hour today, and we're gonna go hard, and you're gonna burn 900 calories in the gym today because you thought we were gonna sleep in. You thought that you were gonna you thought that you were gonna sleep in. You lazy ass. You thought you were gonna sleep in. And I didn't. I got up. I got up and I hit it hard. Even saw one of the guys in the gym yesterday, right? And yesterday he asked me, he goes, dude, you're going hard in the gym. How are you doing it? I said, you know what? I just found that dog. I found that inspiration. I found that reason of why I want to have a nice body. I found that reason why I want to stay healthy, because I want to live longer. I found that reason of what I want to do in my life, developing that knowledge. You know, every day I get up, I don't just go to the gym and that call it a day in the morning. No, I get up and I go to the gym, I read, I YouTube, I, you know, eat breakfast, I make my lunch, you know, I talk to my son for a little while. I do all that before 8 a.m. I have a full day already by 8 a.m. And that's what keeps me going, because being tired, that's a mindset. That's a mindset that I will not settle for. I go to bed at 11 o'clock, I go to bed at midnight, I'm still up at 4. If I decided to stay up late, that is the sacrifices I had to make, and that's the less sleep I'll get. And that's okay, because in my mind, you don't need that much sleep. So when I stay motivated because I think about everything. You know, I think about my family, I think about my son, I think about the life I want him to have. I think about having that nice house where I could walk up to and I'm just like, yes, I did it. That nice car, and being like, yes, I got my dream car. You know, knowing that I can one day meet all of you. Knowing that I can inspire all of you because I took that chance of posting my first videos, posting that hard times that I had to go through, right? It is hard for me to talk about my childhood. That was something that ate me up so much, because I hated what I had to go through as a kid. I hated being poor. I hated being made fun of. I hated people wondering, you know, where I lived, and when I showed them, they were just like, oh, okay. You know, it just, but what made me drive so fucking hard today was that hardship, was that sacrifices that my mother made, and knowing that I want to make her proud. You know, my biological father wasn't in my life, and I don't care. I don't care that he gave up on me, because at the end of the day, he gave up on somebody who's aspiring to inspire more people in this world than he ever will. That's not hate. That's not revenge. That's called motivation. That's called taking everything you've learned and keep pushing on. Keep realizing that when you wake up and you see your wife and your son, you know, laying down, sleeping, that you're going to do it for them. You're going to give them that good life. You're going to keep your family together no matter what you're going through. No matter how many arguments you have, you fight past those and you stay together. You stick it out. You don't let nobody else raise your damn kids. You stick it out. You show everybody that it doesn't matter. You can always, everyone's going to have hard and good times together. But it's the best relationships are the ones where you get past those difficulties. So it says, what makes you different than other speakers who motivate and inspire? What makes me different, honestly, you'll see everybody has a background story. Everybody has been through some hard times. What makes me different is that I truly am a living example where you guys are seeing firsthand somebody who grew up poor. And I don't say that to gain sympathy. Like, it happens to a lot of people. The difference is when you find out how to get past that. So the difference between me and everyone else is I've been there. Like, I've had that 15-year-old mother. I've had to live poor. I've seen drugs. I've seen gangs. I've been beat up. I've been jumped. I've been teased for being fat. I've been teased for not having nice clothes, hand-me-downs. You know, I've been teased for having secondary, you know, Walmart and TJ Maxx and Goodwill clothes. But let me tell you something. The difference between me and them is that I don't care. I don't care what people have to say about me. Yes, it hurt. Yes, my feelings were hurt. Yes, I cried at night. You know, yeah, I was this 5'3" young little boy who was only 125 pounds in 10th grade at Case High School. And people didn't really take me serious when I played sports. But you know what? Every day I worked hard. Every day I went and I went to the gym when everyone else went home. I ran those steps to be the best wrestler. You know, during football season, I was hitting those push-ups and I was going hard as I could. Then I sprouted and I started getting bigger. Now I'm 6'2" and I'm 230 pounds. And what it is I don't even use that. I stick up for everybody because I believe you should never make fun of somebody. I truly believe that when you want something in life, it doesn't matter where you come from, you can get it. It does not matter if you don't have anything nice. Use your brain. Let's use our knowledge. You can be anything if you use your brain. You could be those people that make fun of you every day. You could be their boss someday. And it doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't matter what you hold. You could get made fun of, right? You know, and one day they may need your help. You may be that astronaut, that doctor, that attorney, that nurse, and they're laying in a hospital and they got into a really, you know, unfortunate car accident, and they come in and they're like, oh shit, it's Steve, and I used to make fun of this kid. And you're just like, now you need me. Unfortunately, now you need me. But at that time when they're making fun of you, you don't hold that against them. You just say, well, now you need me. Like, now I'm gonna show you why you should have been nice to me, because I'm gonna treat you right. I'm gonna treat you fair. I'm gonna treat you better than you've ever treated anybody else. You know, I never go after revenge because people have picked on me so much and it hurt. And it's just like, what? Like, you got picked on, you're a big guy. But what people don't know is I was little before. I was small. I was only 5'3" in 10th grade. Like, I didn't have a lot of money. Like, people find ways to manipulate you, to get in your head and tell you that you can't do something. But it's when you convince yourself that you can't do something is when you say, I give up. I'm content with where I'm at. And then that's when you develop that loser mindset. But be winners, y'all. You can be anything you want. I promise you, you can be anything you want. And if anybody tells you differently, you tell them to come talk to me. Let's sit down, we'll have that talk. You know, people made fun of me. I'm gonna go into a little bit more, you know, why I think I'm honestly probably the best speaker. You know, at least one of them, I'll become one of them, because, you know, I did things that a lot of people won't do. I had a lot of failures, right? People talk about a lot of failures, but they don't go into detail. So I'll go into a little bit of a detail. You know, I started a home improvement company. Why? Because I didn't have a biological father. I had no one ever teach me how to do anything, how to fix houses, how to do, you know, anything within a house. So I hired the best people in my city to teach me. You know, I didn't want to start at the bottom, because losers start at the bottom. I mean, you have to become a winner someday, right? But the loser mentality is I'll start at the bottom, I'll work my way up. The winner mentality is saying, I'll become the boss and I'll just make you teach me. That's that entrepreneur winner mentality. Then, you know, I started a lawn care company, worked by myself, and it was okay. Like, I didn't know how to cut grass, I didn't know how to do anything. But I YouTubed and I researched and I did a lot of background research on how to cut grass, how to edge and trim, like so simple, but yet so complex if you've never done it before. But I did it. You know, I truly believe that if you go after anything you want to do and you put the time and effort in, and you stay away from going out at night, you stay away from going out to your friend's house for a house party in school, you stay away from going to those bars or going on those long vacations, you know, and you focus on yourself, you will actually gain a lot more self-awareness. You will gain more respect for yourself, more dedication, more determination. You know, you'll start to see that you can be anything you want in life when you sacrifice a little bit. You know, pain is temporary, pride is forever. That goes along with sacrifice must be made in order to have a better life, in order to have a better future. So this is a longer video than I've done before, but I just want people to see where I come from. You know, a little bit of background about me, answer some of these questions. You know, when you think about who Andrew Rivera is that person that will inspire the world. Andrew Rivera is that person who grew up very poor and understood, even at a young age, when people were making fun of him, that he could be anything he wants in life. Did it take a lot of time? Yeah, it did, because I had a lot of development to do. You know, you don't go from a young age and be like, yeah, I'm inspiring everybody. There's a lot of things you learn. There's a lot of things you have to go through. There's a lot of things you have to understand in order to get to that next level in life. And when I understood that, when I started seeing that, yeah, I went through a lot of difficulties, but now it's able for me to talk to you guys, tell you guys about my hardships, tell you guys about failed relationships, failed businesses, and show you how even when you fail, you can still succeed, you can still be happy, because right now I'm truly happy. I get up, I make breakfast with my wife. You know, I take care of my wife, I make sure everything she's good, because if anybody else thinks they're gonna take care of my wife better than me, you're wrong. I give my wife the life she deserves. I get up early, I motivate her. You know, motivation's key. Motivation is key in any relationship. You know, my son, he's 3 years old. He knows he talks perfect, you know, he understands a little bit of Spanish. We're keep working on that. He's knowing his letters, he knows his ABCs. You know, he knows how to say his name, he knows how to spell his name, he knows how to say his last name. Like, you know, he's understanding how to say daddy and mommy's phone numbers. Like, those are things that are so important that even at 3 years old, they should know. Because you never know what will happen. This world is so crazy that we actually never know what will happen. So we have to teach them at a young age how important these things are. So I hope that when you guys see this, that you guys understand that anything is possible. So live your life how you want and always achieve happiness. And have a great day. And like, subscribe, share, and comment, leave feedback. Anything you can will be greatly appreciated. Thank you.